Welcome back, fellow Gophers. We're going to start episode 8 strong today. We're going to build out our profile pages as we talked about last episode. We have, like I said, we have our application fairly built. We have to build out uh, viewing the profile, editing the profile, uh, loading it, all that sort of fun stuff. Should be fairly straightforward. It should test some of our um, existing design decisions as far as handlers and services go. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. Okay, we've seen this page. Say goodbye to this for now. We're going to be living here for a little while, which is cool. Okay, so on the left, handlers. So we're handling the account. Cool. Um, in the middle, the service for the account. And there's also a model, which I'll show momentarily. On the right, I just started a view for it. Very simple, show and edit. We're going to need those. Cool. And any account related things we have. Okay, let's look at the model. So our model, we've got the finders. We have our account, has an ID, name, kind. The account kind is because I started this idea of a user account versus a club account, organizations. And we'll have to check if we actually have that capability in the database or not. We'll check what that looks like in just a moment. And we have our housekeeping created at, deleted at, and whether or not it is deleted. That's fun. And then emails. So let's pull up the database for a second. Uh, migrations. Let's first look at create accounts. Yes. Okay, you can see here we have just the name, that sort of fun stuff. And if you notice on the right over here, let me just open it up all the way. We have the accounts, account sessions. That's for if you're logged in or not. Cool. Emails. So I know right off the bat, I have more than one email addresses. Folks might have more than one email address. You might want to have more than one associated with your account, which is fine. So email addresses and whether I just took a guess at some idea of it's the primary for your account, so notifications and things should go to the primary email address, and whether it should be notified or not, maybe you want to go to all of them, and whether you want it displayed in your profile page or not, and when we verified it. Basic stuff. Our call sign. We actually store all the stuff we get back from a HamDB lookup, which is cool. A bunch of text. Um, Not much going on there. Nothing too exciting. Then we have accounts call signs, which is just a relationship so that a user could have more than one, be associated with more than one call sign. You normally wouldn't have more than one call sign. That being said, maybe we want to allow that. The only reason I'm thinking so is if it's a club call sign, we'll see if we need to actually have that or not. Uh, I just wanted to have that capability at the beginning just to see if we could, which is cool. So we have that. So as a result, because we're using a relationship table, we need to go ahead and looking at the center column here, um, we have an emails function that returns a bunch of emails or error, of course. We get the emails, we actually look it up, turn them into usable email type, which we have defined elsewhere. And then we can find by ID, we can find by email, and we can find by call sign. We have a similar lookup for call signs. And then ready is something I was playing with. This is the purpose of this when you first log in, when you log in for the very first time, we need a way to say, hey, you don't have any call signs. Hey, your name is empty. We need to correct these things. It does that initial setup process. So that's what ready does. It just returns an error with errors.join. And this way we can handle those and get user input. So let's start with just viewing the page, viewing the profile. So we'll go to our account. Hello there. And we are going to have an account models.account. I know we're gonna need that. Oh yeah, you can't. It doesn't work. Nice. Yeah, it's something that Temple doesn't have. Go imports doesn't support Temple just yet, which is fine. Internal models. So we've got that. Oh yeah, we need to make this the account, the count because it's a view. Okay. Uh, oops. It would help. There we go. That'll make it happy. Cool. So we have those. Now let's add some routes. So we have there's a middleware to make sure the session's set up. Um, we'll worry about that in a moment because we're going to have a public view and a private view. So that's available to us. Um, so let's do our dot get and we'll make a named route. No, not account setup. Thanks for trying. Let's embiggen this for right now. We don't need to see it yet. We're going to say profile. Let's to go with profile and call sign. And the thing we want to use is let's just do show. Show. Let's go with show. And show doesn't exist, which is fine. We'll go down here and we'll clean up that other stuff when we go through a refactoring phase here. A func, the handler is on account, show, render. The call sign is here. We get a context. The view we want to use is a views.count. Okay, we have that. It's going to complain because I haven't generated that page yet. And let's get this out of the way. Okay, we're almost there. And now let's find account by call sign. Account error. I don't like, let's just do this. A is account error. It's the challenge with having a lot of things named account is I can't use the word account, which is fine. Do I have, that's the model itself. Let's look at the service. Find by email, create with email. I don't actually have one to create find by. Now you might say, hey, why are you doing it this way? Are we, why not just use the model directly? It's really just to enforce that boundary. Could go either way here, but I like doing it through the service, even if this is a very simple, all I'm doing is calling it on the model and loading it, returning it. That's fine. But maybe I have to do stuff in the future, right? It gives me that single responsibility where the service is responsible for talking to the model, not the handler. Handler deals with user input. So that's fine. Find by call sign, got the call sign, okie dokie. Uh, if does not equal nil, and then I don't remember, we did this in our net, in a handler net. We made a nut. There was a nice error handler. Cool. That's just a generic thing that takes care of showing the errors. It also uses a reference numbers that logs so that it just uses a ULID and we'll make sure we log out to the our log what the real underlying error is, and then depending upon the kind of error, we return the right kind of error. Okie dokie. So we just need to use our error handler here. Error handler. We give it something like that. We don't need this guy anymore. I don't need this anymore because this will actually handle the log for us. Okay. And then we now have a, what does this return? Let's see. Find by account returns a pointer. These things return a pointer. And our service does the same. Find by call sign returns a pointer. But our view, we also have a pointer. Okay, so we're pretty solid. So let's say account is A, and then we aren't taking any information here. Okie dokie. And since we have a name, let's just add here to v dot account dot name. Now this will have an issue if this is nil, so we can deal with that later. And cool. I think we're ready to build. So let's, I'm using air here because we're going to be doing a lot of changes and I like seeing them come together. So far, everything's building okay. Let's see. Snow method or field, find by call sign. It would help if I saved it. And it's not called profile, it's called show. Hmm. Account profile. I'll just do this. I like the name profile better for showing the profile, so we'll just change it in the view. Building, how we doing? Are we going to succeed? Yes. Cool. So now we should be able to go here and say profile slash this is me. Hello there. Hey, it worked. Doesn't look pretty, but it worked. So nice. Okay. Now let's go grab some Chrome. We'll make it a page. This gets our layout and everything like that going. So that should be pretty. It's still not gonna have a lot going. Um, build. There. Now we got our background, we got our fonts, all sorts of cool stuff. Now let's look at the view for our net, because I know that's where we had that initial Chrome. We had this thing called a local bar, and I'm going to copy this for right now because we're gonna figure out the pattern in just a moment. Because this is something we're going to reuse. Every page is going to have some sort of local bar or some sort of thing going on there. So let's do this. And we're going to make it net. Oops. Account. Is there anything that has to change? Any references? Nope. We have a user thing everywhere. Let's go gadget. What? Oh, duh. It would help if I was here and I actually called it local bar. running. Okay. But now this is all net control stuff. Why does this not look right? Aha, it's because this local bar needs to be wrapped in this. This is the way. This is the way. Let's go here. That should make this look correct. Okay. And then we are currently in settings. Well, we'll deal with these in just a moment. Let's get another mhm, div class equals grid container split. Oops, I just need two divs. Then the first one is the wide one. And I don't know if we're going to stick with this UI. I'm just kind of using what we got and see if we want to build on top of it. Okay, build. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of having the sidebar all the way over there. Um, doesn't make sense for this. I'm thinking we want to do it on the left, so we'll have to tweak this slightly, but we'll get there once we have actual content for this. But at least we're get spaced out a little bit. Um, okay, now we have an account. Cool. We have a profile. Um, that loads correctly, and just so we can see, random. Cool. So see how this is the error page that I mentioned, um, and there's a reference code. This way, if we look in the logs, we should be able to see. Here we go. Um, request completed. It was a get and error SQL. No, there were no rows in result set, which is what we want. But we have a reference code, so if we get an error, we can at least see what's going on. Um, we probably should make this an error. We'll get that, and we probably should add a status code as well. Um, should we do that right now? No, let's stay focused. Okay, so we have a profile. We need, let's make an edit button so we can edit the profile information, and then right now we're just going to edit the name, just enough to see that we can edit things, get that handler going. And this way we can then build on that. We can get the view going for that. Cool. Okay, so let's put a big, ugly edit button. Um, a ref equals, we don't have one yet. Um, we don't know what our link is going to be. Um, but we can at least put a button to it. Do, 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 do. Big old button. Now let's go back here. Whoopsie doodle. Okay, we're gonna count. Mm, let's just do an edit account. Profile slash edit. We'll go down to the end here and we can say func h account. There we go. We get our call sign, we find it by call sign, although we don't have it, and we can edit the render. Cool, we'll save that. It'll rebuild, and we already have this established. And let's go with this. We'll just copy this guy here. And just say that we're editing. So as we go back, let's see how we look. Oh yeah, we don't have any, we're not linked up yet. So let's get that going. Um, uh, URLs have to be like escaped and stuff. It's part of the safety things of um, Temple, which is cool and all. Here we go. But I haven't been using Temple long enough to remember it. We'll just do this. And we know that our URLs are named. Account profile. This is account. Okay, thank you. Edit. And we need to give it the v.account. Aha, run into a small problem. If we look at our model, do we have call signs? Yeah, we don't have the call sign. So this looks at all of them. Let's just add it here. Func. Why do I have it as U? Whatever. We can change that in a little bit. It returns. This is obnoxious. Let's just have it return a call sign. Because a user must have a call sign. And now we can do this. Call signs. We'll do this guy. If not equal nil. We'll just return a call sign. We'll turn an empty call sign. Otherwise, we'll if length of calls 0, yeah, we'll also return a call sign, an empty call sign. Otherwise, we're going to return the first call sign. This way we can now go here. Let's make you go away. Call sign, class button, and we're going to change this to Got to edit profile, and we have to import this, of course. It's not called internal. It's this. It's not there. It's here. Let's see if that compiles. No, come on. I know you're not going to work. Let's just. There we go. URL 4. Uh-huh. Let's look at this. Dot call. This is a slightly obnoxious API. Not a fan, but whatever. We'll make it work for now, and then we can clean it up. Will that build? That built. So now this could go here. Edit. Edited. Um, and then we can copy this guy. Let's put this in the sidebar because why not? Account profile. And while we're at it, let's just put this in the sidebar too. Mm-hmm. Just so we can make sure we're clear to ourselves what we're doing. Will that build? Views account has no method to edit. Uh, do we need to? That's profile. Where did it go? Did I do something silly? Yeah, I did somehow. It would help if I don't delete the entire function. I don't know how that happened. Come on. View profile, edit profile. Oh, we have an extra link. Here. Okay. Now let's focus on editing. Okay. Let's get rid of this. We just don't need to see it right now. And now we can use some of our helpers. Form. This is edit account form. Form a truth is this. HDMX. We're just going to disable this for now. We don't have an action. Okie dokie. And we'll see how to make sure that saves. There's no this. We can now what does input want? Views, input has a name. Oh, input type. That's the input text. We should use input text instead. Input text, cool. It's a name. The attributes are here, and we'll dig all of these shortly. Um, we want a label. We want a value. Let's have had some help text. Okay, and I think that's all we need for now. We are going to need a button, but let's let that build. Okay, name. Your name as you like to be called on the air. Cool. And let's grab a button while we're here. At just want to make sure we're using the right thing. We have an input email, and then we have an input submit. Uh, input aters attributes. We have a value. And that's one of the neat things about Temple is these are just functions. So I can build up kind of these common components like input submit and text and form and all that fun stuff and reuse stuff. Save. Cool. Not the most beautiful form in the world, but we will get there. Um, okay. Now let's make our form action. We need that. Um, R dot post to named route account. Save. We can post to that. Should we post to that page? Nah. I like doing this. It's just a thing. Um, yeah, we can do that. We can call it update. And it's not going to build. Func h uh, count update. Give me go gadget. Cool. That gets our call sign. Find by call sign. Okay. Identical to edit, but that's fine for right now. I just really don't want the thing to explode. Cool. So now we can use this in the form action. Let's do this. Account edit. It's not account edit, it's account edit save, I think we used. Yeah. Account. de- let's just do this for right now. Is that the way we do it? Huh. I think I can just do this. I think I take care of the save wrapping inside of my helper. And we can inspect this. And this has a save. Nice. That works. And then we update the CSRF. Update the CSRF. We're good. So did that work? No, because we don't actually save anything. Of course, it's not gonna work. Um, okay. Service account. This is we can let's add down here. Yeesh. Don't need this guy. Func s uh, count update context, and m is models dot count, and it should return an error. Cool. Yeah, I know. Uh, let's go here to we need to get SQL queries accounts. Update accounts, updated at name where ID is 1, returning ID. Cool. So ID, comma, equals this. Mhm. Name. We also are going to need to run validations, but we'll get there in a second. Return We don't really care about the ID right now. So yeah, we'll have to, excuse me, run validations, create the validations, run the validations, and then handle them, which we'll get to in a moment. So this now should, okay, account update. We get this sort of thing. Find by call sign. We got that guy. And we have our account. And now we need, what do we usually do? We go to our view. And then this is type count inputs struct type account input error is a name. Input count input errors. Input errors is this. Uh, is this temple the count? There's a method to this madness. Edit. We have account input name and account. There's no errors by default. Okay. And now let's change this to, instead of going from the account, we're going to actually pull it from the uh, input dot name. Error input. It's too many R's. Too many R's. Too many R's. Okay. What? Missing comma in argument list? I don't think so. Liar. Wow, that's ugly. Let's format that manually because that's really important. Mix of named and unnamed parameters. Okay, it doesn't like this. Fine, fine. I relent. Ah, it would help if I did this. I probably don't even need to do this anymore. That generated just fine, so let's see if we can just do this. Okay. We've updated here. Let's just refresh. Let's just go back to edit. Okay, so that works. Cool. Um, let's get those validations going. Models account. Let's go up here. Account. This is required. Now, I could say that only alphanumerics are allowed. Spaces, that sort of thing. But I honestly, with names, I don't know. Like they could be called anything. Uh, they could be the second, and they have the two in their name. They can be a junior, JR period, and they have a period. They could be uh, have a hyphenated name, in which case they want to have a hyphen. They could have McAllister, and maybe they have an apostrophe in there. I don't know. Uh, so I'm just, it's required. You can't be empty. That's the only thing I can say for sure about it. Uh, can't really go much beyond that. Um, there probably are rules around there for names somewhere out there, but it's always going to be wrong. Um, you don't know. We don't know people's, um, which is fine. Okay, we have the handler. No, we're not looking at the handler right now. What was I doing over here? Let's do the service. And how did we validate this in the past? So let's do services net because there's a lot of stuff established there. Validate check-in, validation apply. We can just copy this. Code reuse for the win. Um, should we have it return the model itself? No, not right now. And that's, see, one of the reasons convention M is the model. If I made this an A, then I have to edit this. I can just move it over nice, quick, and easy. and I don't have to edit a whole bunch of stuff because convention is M is the model, S is the service, H is the handler, V is the view. Just conventions, conventions. Okay, so validation apply. Now I need to go, let's see, how did I do it in the handler net when I had the validation issues? How to do one of these things. Mhm. I'm just going to copy this entire thingamajig because we can. Handlers account. Do. Okay. We got our call sign. We've got this thing. Uh, okay. The other thing that I had with the net handler is I had, oh, where'd it go? One of these things. I use form, check-in form. I should follow that as well. So let's go back to our view, account, form input, account, form input errors. Let's just make sure we are consistent here. Uh, I just use errors, then I do input errors. So let's be consistent. Let's be account edit form input, account edit form input, account edit form errors, account edit form errors, account edit form input. Okie dokie. Views. Account edit form input. We only have the name. We'll trim space, sure. We have to do this also. R dot parse form. We will have to address the security thing. Okay, we're basically going. The information is in the URL. So what happens if they change who they're at? If that part changes, really, we need to pull this out of the context, um, or validate that the active person is this person. Because imagine if you just edit that form, change it to somebody else, have it post to someone else's thing, and you edit somebody else, that would be muy bad. But for now, we're going to make this work, and then we'll make it a little more secure. Um, account edit form input. We don't have this field. We trim space. We got the name, and now we made our service over here. It's called update. And we just have our model. We give it a model of account. And we can get rid of this, get rid of this. We can just take this guy. Got that there. Okay. We have a validation error. The validation error would be the name. It would be account dot name. Yes, I could have just used the bot this one. And then now we can say we can go to our view. edit with errors, which means we have to set this up above. Edit with errors. Otherwise, we just render it. Yeah, this we have to correct some things, but edit form input, edit form errors, undefined models. Okay, come out. Go imports was upset. Come on, you can do it. I guess you can't do it. Oh, okay. Mhm. We're back here. Assignment mismatch. That's not good. Account services update. Two variables, disorder update returns one value. Ah, that would help. I don't need this because we decided we're not going to return the model. Okay, render. Let's see if this works. We've already seen this variable before, so it's going to complain about that. Mhm. What happened there? It didn't work. Why? We edit name account.name. Well, let's see. Let's turn on HTMX first. So at least we can see that something is happening. Name is a required field. Okay. Um, that save seemed like it worked, but why did it not work? Okay. So it looks like it did save. No. What's going on here? Any errors to report? No. Uh, uh, if errors does not equal nil, do do do. Let's just do this. Otherwise, let's error handler er. Let's do this guy. Return. Uh, I see why. You know what? We should just have it return the model. It'll just be easier. We'll change that in the middle because we're getting long. Okay. So now a dot name equals input dot name. This should just we'll correct that in a little bit. And then we need to set v dot account a that should work. And then rather than redraw the whole page, let's just hmm, let's do this. Temple the account edit form. Uh, that was cool. I don't know what happened to the stream. My entire machine panicked. So just give me a second to get everything back. Um, Thankfully, the tools I use um, are pretty forgiving. I know it was restarted because of a problem. Thanks, Mac. Okay, let's share this so that you can see what I see when I recover from a panic. Allow? Okay. Where were we? We were here. Uh, cool. And we were editing uh, service. Internal. What were we editing? Okay, let's see how much we lost. Okay, we're there. We know that this equals A. View account. Recover. Let's do this. Okay. How did we do? Okay, not too bad. We were here. Don't fail me now. Okay. Edit form errors. I like just pulling out the form. The reason being this way I can re-render just the form and target just the form and pass just the form to let's do what was it 78. Yeah, this way I can pass just the form to um, render and re-render. And I accidentally I don't need this at edit form with errors, input errors, and then also I can now take this, D that, P it, oops, O P, edit form with errors, do this, I can clean this up, and I can also get these things lined up. Missing comma and argument list, am I? Am I really? It doesn't go there, man. Okay. Edit form with errors. Edit form. And this way I can also do, you know what? Let's just do this. Temple v account. Edit form. D. Let's move this here and make this. This way this can get cleaned up. I'm not missing a comma in argument list, bro. Why are you fighting me? It's okay. I know. I know. I talk to my computer sometimes like it's a little animal. Um, okay, so we got edit form with errors. So now we can correct this guy, and this now has edit. That's correct. Update. And now if there are errors, we can return an edit form with errors. If there are no errors, we can just return the edit form. That should work a-okay. Let's make this in big so that you can see it and I can see it. Uh, Account has no field. Edit form with errors. Wow, you're really not happy. Uh, V. Where is it? Account.go line 149. Uh, v.edit form with errors. Oops, it would help. Um, Not in handlers account.go 117. Let's get rid of this guy because that's handled internally now. That cleans that up quite a bit. That should take care of those build errors. Let's see if we get any more build errors. Nope, template went just fine. Form errors. Account.go edit form errors undefined. It has no edit form errors. Account edit form errors. Account edit form on line 149. Edit form with errors. Edit form with errors. It would help if I save this. One of the reasons I use tools like NeoVim or TextMate for when I'm just editing files, I was able to get my changes back pretty quickly with minimal loss. Poop happens. I had a kernel panic, I guess. I'll look into that later. But I was able to get back online pretty quickly. Let's refresh this. This loaded. Um, 404, no renewal set. That's not cool. Um, Edit save, no, it couldn't find by call sign. That's tripping up here. Profile, so that's the right thing. So why did this not find my account? Uh, did I do that right? Let's check the call sign, edit dash save. That works right. Yeah, we know that part's right because we're getting that page. Um, let's make sure service account find by call sign, find account by call sign. Uh, okay, so I exist there. I exist there. I don't exist there. Why? Uh, Call sign. What's going on? Print ln. Such is life. Is it built? No, that didn't hit it. Um, Maybe that's not the thing that's validation which one is it? It hit there. Would be nice if I had a line number in the error handler. That would be slick. Feature requests. Okay, that's there. The only other place is here. Service account update. Aha! Aha! I didn't set the ID here. So this is gonna have an issue. ID. It really, what I should do is instead of making a whole new account, I have the account. I should say a dot name equals input dot name, and then I can get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this almost entirely. Put this here. I don't need to do this. That should be the issue. Didn't have an ID, so it didn't know what to edit. Okay, let's refresh. Does that work? We're back on our page. Yep. Cool. Ryan. I hit save. And I didn't get any notification that I saved. If I refresh, it says it. Um, yeah. So we need to get some flash messages going. That would be nice. Um, yeah, because there's no indication that anything was saved. Um, but that cool, 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 cool. That worked. So let's talk next steps. Um, we just got the edit form done. It mostly works. We have to get flash messages going. Um, and really, the thing I think I want to focus on next time is this stuff up here. We got to find a way to duplicate that because I want to be able to use it quite a bit. Um, and we'll have to find a good way to do it because, yeah, we have some options open to us. Um, yeah, so let's focus on the Chrome next time, and then we will add in the rest of the profile information. So we want to have, what are some fields we want to have? We want to say, uh, we want to view the call signs, want to register a new call sign, remove the call sign registration, view the email address that's associated with the account, or the email addresses that are associated with the account. We're going to need a field set for that to group the email accounts together um, into a section on the form. We should have a reset button. We got to beef this form up quite a bit. But now that we have the basic plumbing, so that's what I like to do. I like to start with individual components, see that we can each work, which we've already done. We've already done forms before, already done services and count handlers and all that sort of stuff before. So that's step one. We've got our building blocks. Then we attach those blocks together to make the basic plumbing. So now we have basic plumbing. We have a form that we can edit that loads correctly, that saves correctly, has validations already set up, um, and it functions. The next step is going to be flesh it out a little bit more. We've got to add those fields, which should be pretty straightforward. We really just have to add it to the input errors. So we basically would have to go here, which we should just move this closer. We have to basically beef these guys up, add in even. Oh, about is a string. I can't type. Um, really can't type today. Fingers are cold. And it goes on. So we'll have to see how we like that, uh, how we like that, and maybe we'll make it so that when all the email addresses and all that sort of stuff are just on the account model instead of a method that does it. I'm not too enthused about that. Um, We'll play with that. Um, this should get us most of the way. We can at least deal with um, these extra fields. And so we'll add those fields and tackle the Chrome bar shortly thereafter. So basically, I think we're going to wrap there. Uh, thank you for handling with my technical difficulties. Uh, as always, the source for this will be in live slash episode 8, github.com/ Ryan Fairman / netctl, pronounced net control. We'll have that going. Pull requests welcome. Questions, comments, concerns can go there as well. I'm going to figure out why my machine panicked, and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Or if I'm able to set up a live, if my schedule allows, we'll do some live testing with that net check-in form to see how we're doing there and see if we find any more problems. So with that, I hope to see you on the internet. Have a great one.